The Iranian ballistic missiles targeted the Ben Gurion International Airport in Israel, the Israeli media reported. According to Israeli media, there had been no reports of injuries following the latest Iranian ballistic missile attack on central Israel. According to the Israeli military, a small number of missiles were launched in the salvo. There were no reports of direct impacts in residential areas. Fragments reportedly landed in some areas. Sirens went off in Tel Aviv again after Iran launched ballistic missiles on the Israeli capital. The latest strikes mark a full week of attacks affecting countries across the Middle East. The IDF Home Front Command said civilians in areas where sirens sounded can now leave bomb shelters, but should still remain close to them. The Iranian military's missile strikes took place amid Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu chairing a meeting on the security assessment. Video released by the Israeli government press office showed alleged footage from the meeting of Benjamin Netanyahu with security officials, including David Zini, head of Israel's security agency, and several ministers. Those present included Defense Minister Israel Katz, Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar, Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich, and National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir. Iran on Friday said it mass-launched ballistic missiles at Israel, according to the Iranian state-owned television. The report identified them as HELLFIRE, Khorramshahr-4, and Fattah. Iran said the launch marks Wave 22 of Operation True Promise 4. On Thursday, the Israeli military said its air force carried out 2,500 strikes and dropped over 6,000 munitions on Iran.
Our Air Force pilots have conducted 2,500 strikes, dropping over 6,000 munitions. In just 24 hours, our pilots cleared the path to Tehran. We destroyed about 80% of their air defense systems. We've gained almost total air superiority over Iran's skies. We neutralized and destroyed over 60% of the ballistic missile launchers, a most significant achievement, reducing harm to the home front and saving many lives. This is an ongoing effort, but I emphasize the threat has not yet been removed. Every missile is deadly and poses a danger. Upon the successful completion of the initial surprising opening strike phase, during which we successfully established complete air superiority and effectively neutralized their entire ballistic missile array, we are now transitioning to the subsequent phase of this ongoing campaign. In this next stage, we will significantly intensify our targeting of the regime's core foundations and its overall military capabilities. We possess further unexpected strategic maneuvers which I do not intend to disclose at this particular moment.
We will pursue our enemies, every single one, and we will overtake them.
There will be no more questions. We will continue to operate to protect the safety and security of the residents of the North. We will work tirelessly to remove this persistent threat, and we will not relent in our effort to disarm Hezbollah.
On Thursday, Iran's Revolutionary Guards Corps had claimed it fired the advanced Khorramshahr-4 ballistic missiles towards the Ben Gurion airport.
Iran has leveled its fury at the very heart of Israel. In a bold, unprecedented escalation, Tehran says it unleashed advanced Khorramshahr-4 ballistic missiles toward Ben Gurion International Airport, the gateway to Tel Aviv, and the nearby Israeli Air Force Base. According to Iran's Revolutionary Guard, the strikes aimed straight at the city's skies at dawn, a message thunderous and clear. This conflict will not be contained, and no target is off limits. As missiles streak across borders, the world watches and waits for what comes next. Iran's Khorramshahr ballistic missile is a liquid-fueled system measuring about 13 meters in length and has a launch weight of around 20 tons. According to IRGC-linked Fars news agency, the long-range missile has an estimated range of about 2,000 kilometers and a warhead capable of carrying more than 1 ton of high explosives. The United States and Israeli military intensified their bombardment of Iran's security forces and other symbols of power. Sirens sounded again in Israel on Wednesday afternoon, following simultaneous launches from Lebanon and Iran. Iran has fired regular salvos of missiles and drones at Israel, though most of the incoming fire has been intercepted. 11 people in Israel have been killed since the conflict began. The Iranian military and IRGC launched back-to-back ballistic missiles at Israel overnight, triggering panic and chaos across the Jewish state.
In a massive retaliatory action, the Iranian military and IRGC launched back-to-back ballistic missiles at Israel overnight, triggering panic and chaos across the Jewish state. Iran launched a fresh wave of ballistic missiles in response to the non-stop US and Israeli bombardments of Tehran and other parts of the country. This prompted the Israeli military to issue 3 separate alerts in under 2 hours. The barrage triggered red alert sirens in several areas, including Tel Aviv. Warning sirens activated across central Israel and parts of the northern occupied West Bank. This triggered panic all around as residents rushed to seek shelter. The IDF, in a statement, said it detected the launch of a fresh round of missile salvos from Iran. The IDF stated that its defensive systems were actively operating to intercept the threat. AFP reported that explosions were heard in Jerusalem after warnings of incoming Iranian missile fire. However, Israel's emergency services reported no casualties. The IDF said it detected another ballistic missile launch from Iran, triggering rocket warning alerts in a number of northeastern Israeli communities and settlements in the northern West Bank. Meanwhile, the Magen David Adom ambulance service said no injuries were reported in the latest Iranian ballistic missile attack, and the Home Front Command allowed Israelis to leave bomb shelters following the 3rd overnight ballistic missile attack from Iran. As Iran continues to fire, Israel too struck back hard. The Israeli military said it has begun a new wave of strikes targeting military infrastructure in Tehran. The IDF, in a statement, informed that the IDF has begun an additional wave of strikes targeting military infrastructure belonging to the Iranian regime across Tehran. This followed Israeli fighter jets earlier completing a wide-scale strike on an eastern Tehran compound containing command centers and internal security personnel. Kurdish media reported that Israel hit buildings in Iran belonging to the Basij, the volunteer police arm of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, and buildings belonging to internal security forces. Police stations and IRGC headquarters in the Kurdish regions of northwestern Iran were also razed by strikes. Israeli aggression was not limited to Iran. It has also carried out a wave of airstrikes on Iranian security targets and Hezbollah in Beirut.